Do you ever experience thought loops going round and round in your head? Do you ever get stuck in disturbing, painful, or uncomfortable negative thought loops? Thought loops that you know are dysfunctional, you know don't serve you, but they seem to distract your attention anyway, right? And when you let go of negative thoughts, you free yourself. You arrive back at the peace that's already at the core of your being. And so, how do we let go of negative thoughts? What's up, conscious creators? Alex here. In this video, I'm going to be sharing with you exactly how to let go of negative thoughts in 2 simple steps. Just a quick announcement before we get straight into it. A few more slots have opened up for the free one-to-one with me to see if you'd be a good fit for the Consciousness Revolution program over at speaktoalex.com. So head over there if you're interested. Step 1, release the emotions that support the thoughts. Did you know that it's often your emotions causing your thoughts and not the other way around? Many of us are experiencing a background emotion, background feelings that are supporting the negative thoughts. There are 2 branches of the autonomic nervous system. The sympathetic branch, which is responsible for the fight, flight, or freeze response, and the parasympathetic branch, responsible for the rest and digest response. And in today's world, we get what you could call chronically sympathetically activated. We get chronic activation of the sympathetic response, the stress response, which puts our body and mind into a state of alertness and often agitation. And the thoughts are on behalf of this agitation. We can get stuck in agitation, stress, or upset and trapped in negative thoughts associated with that. This often happens when we feel like an emotional load was just too much to bear, or we felt out of control or a victim to something that we couldn't escape. But it can also just be little stressors that slowly add up over time without you noticing, day by day, reactions to things that build up this internal tension and more of a sympathetic activation that doesn't release until you allow these emotions to release. A powerful way to release the emotions that support the negative thoughts is learning to be with your feelings. Feelings have a corresponding physical sensation in the body. In order to release emotions, we need to be able to be with these physical sensations in the body. We need to be able to bring them to our attention, to our awareness, and allow them to be there, feeling the body from the inside, feeling the felt sense of the body. And this has the effect of allowing the energy associated with that feeling to move, morph, process, and often dissolve. It allows us to flow more with the natural expansion and contraction cycle instead of getting stuck in the contraction. We need our emotions to be able to flow in the light of our awareness. It's like the emotion is supporting the negative thinking, and if we were to pull out the emotion from underneath it, the negative thinking that it was supporting collapses with it. So we need these emotions to turn over. We need the somatic landscape to be able to morph and move and dissolve. And when we're up in our head all the time, these emotions get stuck, and this landscape of feeling doesn't get the chance to fully cycle through contraction and expansion. We don't have good emotional intelligence. When we bring our awareness to this felt sense of the body and fully feel the sensations, those sensations get a chance to dance and move and sometimes dissipate. Step 2 is realize that you are not your thoughts. Even more specifically, you are not the sense of self in your thinking. You do this by investigating your experience. Check this out with me now. You have yourself, you are aware, and then you experience thoughts that you're aware of. There's you, aware, and then there's thoughts that you're aware of, correct? So which one are you? The sense of self in the thinking or the awareness? Take a step back from your thinking, observe your thinking, silently watch it, and see that you're not the character in it. It's probably going to be the case that sometimes the thinking captures your attention. Once again, you believe yourself to be the character in the negative thoughts. And that character has a belief that they're a victim of circumstance. Perhaps they feel wronged, hurt, lied to, or hard done by. Perhaps they feel guilty or ashamed. But that character, that sense of yourself in your mind, that is made out of nothing but thoughts and mental images, correct? Are you that thinking, or are you the one that sees it? Zoom out from the thinking, take a step back, become aware that you're aware, and keep coming back to yourself as this awareness time and time again. Every time you appear to get lost in the negative thinking, just come back to this awareness, this awakeness. People talk about spiritual awakening, but what is awakening really? What are you waking up from? You're in a dream of form, of mental images and thinking, and then you wake up. You wake up from the dream of thought to reality. You wake up from having your awareness lost in thought to being aware that you're aware. And the more you do that, the more you'll rest there. You don't need to get rid of the negative thoughts. The negative thoughts are like clouds. They come and go. They move through the blue sky. They move through the open blue sky of awareness. But even if there's so many negative thoughts, so many dark clouds that they appear to obscure the sky completely, you go above the clouds and you can see the open blue sky of awareness completely untouched and undisturbed. And that's who you really are. You let go of negative thoughts by seeing clearly that they cannot touch who you truly are. Who you truly are isn't holding on to the negative thoughts in the first place. Who you truly are watches them come and go undisturbed. And then, whilst resting more and more as who you truly are, the clouds often start to dissipate and dissolve, and the blue sky, the clarity, is clearly revealed. And when that spaciousness opens up, when you feel more relaxed in your body and mind, your true heart desires and the next actions towards them are revealed. If or when you appear to get pulled into the negative thinking again, you don't beat yourself up in your head about it. That just creates a feedback loop. You bring yourself back to yourself, rooted in the felt sense of the body, and aware that you're not the negative thinking, you're the one who's watching, the authentic you. And when you remain as the authentic you, you're able to take authentic action on your true heart desires. Not the desires that arise on behalf of the negative thinking, but the inspired ones that come through you. Instead of you having to be stuck in your head trying to figure things out, you come into the now and let the next action emerge from a state of alertness, equanimity, and calm. New experiences, friendships, and relationships have the chance to flow into your life because the negative thinking isn't capturing so much of your attention as space opens up for new people, opportunities to flow in if that's what you want. And so that concludes the video. If you want to be personally coached through these steps, you can apply to speak to me about the Consciousness Revolution program. This program is for you if you want help or guidance through these steps, through steps such as these. Letting go of negative thoughts, overcoming fears that have been holding you back from taking that conscious positive action that you've been wanting to take on that new project or business or some other creation. And it's for you if you're a conscious entrepreneur and needs help with an internal shift so you can take things to the next level. So if either one of these are you and you're interested in that, go to speaktoalex.com and book a time for us to chat about potentially working together. See you in the next video. Peace.